Hey, what's up, Roxstars? It's Rox with a little bit of talk about what's at the top of the blog. So let's get... Oh, it's an ant crawling on top of my computer. I'm sorry, you guys. What was I saying? Let's get to it, shall we? Alright, you guys, we got a lot to talk about, but of course we have to do the serious subjects first. This Malaysian flight, you guys. Now, we've been following it, and basically it's exactly where it was last week when I talked about it. However, this week they have let the families know that the plane has crashed into the Indian Ocean and that there were no survivors. They were very nice enough to let the people know by text, the families of the victims, and I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't put a good fuck you at the end of that message as well. I was just like, who lets, who breaks news to people that way? Okay, what the fuck is wrong with Malaysian Airlines? I kind of have the feeling that they've spent a lot of money. They don't really know what's going on. They just are tired of the search. When I read up on the search efforts, we know that the satellites are picking up all these pieces. I think they said it's something like 300 pieces, 300 objects. It's 122 pieces, that range from 6 feet to 23 feet long, and big parts and little parts that's floating around. But this is all from satellite. The people that are actually doing the search cannot find these things, and there's a couple of reasons. First of all, they don't even know if the satellite is really showing objects or if these are white caps. I think white caps is when the water is rough and it's choppy and is moving along like this. It kind of is doing like this, and that from up far away where these satellites are can look like something when it's really just the water being rough. So they're not really sure if that might be what the issue is. And they're not sure if this shit is floating around on top of the water or if it's underneath the water. They're saying that the weather is extremely bad. It's very cold. They're having thunderstorms. They're having lightning storms. The people that are doing the search are in danger themselves trying to find these people. This plane, this black box. I mean, it's just so many issues with this, and I think Malaysian Airlines is finally just like, fuck it, we ain't got time for all of this. We ain't, we can't be sending our folks out there. You guys have to remember that the Indian Ocean is a very large body of water. I think in our minds when we say, why can't you just fly over the water and look down and see where you can see what's going on there? But in the truest scheme of things, that's a lot of water. And the planes, it's this big when you're talking about a big ass, body of water like that. So the search efforts are not that good. Of course, in my mind, when I picture the efforts of the search, of course, I'm thinking that the weather is good and that the people are able to be on boats and all this and they're flying above. But it's not like that. Okay, the weather is really bad. And like I said, I'm sure that the Malaysian Airlines is spending a lot of money. Now, none of this is an excuse. Definitely not. I think they're fucking over their family because they really don't know. And if you can imagine being these family members and just truly not knowing what went on with this plane, not sure if it's a cover-up, not sure if some old extra dicey bullshit has gone on with it. These people are pissed. Okay, and when you saw them, when they told them that, and they had their little conference or whatever, honey, them Asian folks was like, I bet you if I can get my hands on one of you motherfuckers, I'm gonna beat your ass. Okay, so yes, it's a lot. It's very, very sad, and to me, it's just gonna be written off as one of those situations where, they gonna be like, we don't know where they are, but we know they did, and that's real sad. So it's always gonna be the myths of the aliens took it, or it was like a Bermuda Triangle type of situation, or if it was some political ploy shot down, or if it was taken over by terrorists and moved flown somewhere else. All those theories are going to exist until we get hard proof, meaning like a plane, meaning like a body, meaning like some luggage, meaning like this black box. Any of that stuff, that's the only thing that's going to knock it out. And other than that, I have a feeling that this plane is going to go down in history as just one of those things that we still don't know what happened. Got to talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion that was that was recorded yesterday here in Atlanta. You guys all know that it hit the blogs yesterday that Porsha Stewart, Porsha Williams, and Kenya Moore got into a fight. And they're saying that Porsha beat that ass, okay? Beat the brakes off of Kenya because Kenya had some sex toys that she brought and she was demonstrating or kind of making fun of Cordell. We all know how Kenya feels that Porsha was the beard for Cordell. And a lot of us also believe that. However, you know, you get on a show and you bring in fucking sex toys, you making somebody be the brunt of a joke on a subject that's really serious. I mean, this woman's marriage is over in real life, okay, not just for TV, okay, and you know, shit got serious. Porsha couldn't take it no more, and yeah, supposedly she whooped that ass. Twitter and Instagram and all of the social media went crazy last night, and I just thought the shit was funny. Because first of all, you guys, let me just say, I don't have no favorites on anybody's show. I don't give a fuck about nobody, okay? Nobody really pays my bills. I don't know none of these people personally. I like everybody for some reasons and not like them for other reasons. So, you know, to me, I just kind of look at it like well, you know, Kenya might have had one coming. And sometimes when you got some shit coming, look, you just take that motherfucker for the team, okay? You know, you profess to come from the streets, okay? She's from Detroit, from what I understand. And what really bothers me about people that come from cities that have a reputation of being rough, you know, how they like to ride that. I'm from Los Angeles, and I'm actually from South LA. Not necessarily the best area in Los Angeles. Some people would say that my neighborhood was a bad area. I don't really think that. However, there was gang activity all around me. You know, in the 80s, it was always gunshots every single night, and I've seen a lot of people get killed, and I mean, with my own eyes in front of my face, and you know, all of this. However, I was never involved in any gang activity, and neither was my immediate family. My brothers wasn't in it, and their friends wasn't in it. However, we knew people that was in it. I have extended family members that are really a whole lot of trouble, okay? You know, just because I'm from that, just because I've been around that does not mean that I can fucking fight, okay? Like, you guys already have heard me say, I'm not a fighter. I'm not gonna proclaim to be a fighter. If I ever get into a tight situation, I'm gonna learn how to fucking talk so that I don't get my ass beat. Like, I don't even get myself in these type of situations. When you continuously use that to make it seem like that you're something bigger than you are, you know, oh, I'm from Detroit, that don't mean automatically that you was fucking fighting, okay? And if you gon' claim to be from somewhere and use it as a badge of honor, like I can fight, I can take up for myself, then goddamn it, you better be ready when a fucking fight is fixing to go down, okay? I'm not saying that Kenya can or can't fight, but what I am saying is when you talking shit, you better be on your motherfucking P's and Q's, because it could be something as simple as Porsha got a lucky hit in, okay? I don't know if I look at Porsha and say that I think she's a fighter. Porsha does have some underlying ratchetness to her. I just think that she's a beautiful girl. And, you know, but when you really strip away all of that, Porsha look like she can be, you know, quite ghetto as well. So, but you know, I'm still not saying that she's a good fighter or that she's not. She might have got a lucky swing in. Okay, sometimes that's all it takes to. Okay, you be sitting up there with your heels on, just as cute somewhere, and you be talking and yapping and laughing with your friends over here, and the bitch come from over there and knock your ass out. So, I think it's funny that people are all now so upset and saying how, you know, Kenya was attacked, and you know how, you know, it should never be that serious, and how she should sue. And yeah, that's all fine and good, and yeah, she should sue if that's how she feels. I'm not saying that either, but what I'm also saying is, bitch, you want to talk the talk, then fucking walk the walk, okay? Be ready, okay? That's all I'm saying. If Kenya would have gotten to a fight with Porsha, and if Kenya would have beat Porsha's ass, I would still feel the same way. I can't wait to see the fucking fight, because what I'm trying to say is sometimes it just bees like that, okay? I have seen plenty of fights not go the way we expected, okay? The bully get their ass beat because the one that was bullied has all this passion behind them, okay? They just tired of it, okay? So They bring all of their animosity while you over here giggling and kikiing. Like I said, this other one over here is pissed and over it. That might be the situation here. Of course, this is all if it really happened. I do believe that there was a fight. I know a few people that was there. However, I know for a fact that they are not going to tell me. But I know that also that when news come out about these reunion shows, especially with the Real Housewives franchise, normally it happened. Okay, so now they could be exaggerating it and they could be making it bigger than it was. However, the fight probably did go down. I'm out of breath, y'all. Yes, I had coffee. I had to because y'all was in such a bad mood this morning. Y'all don't give me no words of encouragement or nothing. I'm trying to just not even think about it. But and let a bitch be in a bad mood. Okay. I really love y'all for all of the goodness that y'all put in me, but y'all don't fucking feel like hearing it today. Shit. So I had to give me some coffee so I can get this attitude together because, oh, y'all, telling you. Ain't nothing like getting to work and just as soon as you sit down get some bad news. I'm just like, gosh. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. I'm not wishing this bad shit to happen on Kenya because, like I said, I like Kenya and Porsha. And then there's things about Kenya and Porsha both that get on my nerves. But yeah, I just kind of feel like, hey, you win some, you lose some, okay? And if them two were probably put in a ring that was a prepared fight, then maybe Kenya might beat Porsha's ass. But like I said, bitch, you got to be ready when you talking shit at all times. So I cannot wait. Like I put on Instagram for the fight because I know Bravo. If it did happen, we will definitely see it. And then the other point that I want to make about this, what gets on my nerves, is when people say, only on these black reality shows do they show this fighting. And, I'm tired of black women being being presented in this way, excuse me. And my answer to that is, listen, it's not just the black women. It is the whole reality television culture. If you sign up to be on a reality show, you have got to know somewhere in your mind that you might be put in a position where you're going to be fighting. It's just a given now. And they don't just do it on black shows because they do it on the other Real Housewives of franchises. Real Housewives of Atlanta is the only black show. But they fight on the other Real Housewives franchise. I mean, do you watch Mob Wives? Okay, and a nigga on there. And they be fucking some bitches up on that show. So, and then you got the Bad Girls Clubs. I know they have black girls on there, but they also have white girls on there. And then all the shows on the MTV, The Real World. And it happens everywhere. You guys quit saying that it's just black women because you keep saying it and so it looks like it is, but that's truly not how it is. It's the culture of reality television. The only time that doesn't really happen is when you get these reality shows where it's your family. So when you get the Braxton Family Values, you get T.I. and Tiny, and family shows like that. But in other times, that's just kind of comes with the territory. So y'all quit saying that because that's not what it is. What do you guys think about this? I know you guys that hate Kenya loves this. And I know that you guys that love Kenya hate this. I don't care one way or the other. I just love the fact that it's good TV. We also need to talk about Wendy Williams versus Evelyn. You guys, I don't really watch Wendy Williams because it's not that I don't like Wendy Williams. It's just that I don't watch her show. We all know that Wendy Williams is a success in her own right to, be able to navigate from the radio to the television as much as she was hated, as much as for the dirt that she did. But when she brought it over to the TV, we kind of felt like she changed some, and she had to because she had too many enemies and she was too in your face and, kind of like Charlamagne the God just kind of says whatever. I mean, definitely Charlamagne got that confrontational way from Wendy. But she's been on her show and she's toned down quite a bit. But of course, in her segment on the show, what is it called, you guys? Y'all know what I'm talking about. She's able to bring out a little bit of her cattiness, and we all appreciate her for that. I mean, if that's what you were known for in the gossip and everything, I mean, you play that up. But there's certain things that you kind of have to stay away from. And I guess children is definitely one of those things. So she was talking about Evelyn having her baby, and she goes off and says the off-color joke that she should have named the baby Cash Register, or she was surprised she didn't name him Cash Register, or she was glad that she didn't name him Cash Register. Anything like that is really like not really okay. I mean, we've joked about Evelyn and how Evelyn is winning, okay, because Evelyn is always able to get some man that makes a whole bunch of money to wife her down. You know, a lot of women can take some pointers from Evelyn while you bullshit. So for her to say the whole Cash Register joke, yeah, maybe she kind of took it too far. Evelyn was not for that shit that day. So Evelyn, you know, kind of goes on to Facebook and says, you know, Wendy Williams, I have always been nice to you. You know, I even sent you a beautiful bouquet of flowers when you were on Broadway. Maybe since you want me to open my store Dolce in Los Angeles, maybe I should, just so that your husband can come and buy another woman a pair of boots like he did in my Miami store. And he purchased so-and-so boot in whatever color and whatever material. You know, she goes on and on to say what he did. And she says, now, why don't you put that in your segment? Whatever the name of her segment was. So, yeah, had to go on and put that shit out there. We all know the history of Wendy Williams' husband. He is a fuck up for sure. Her husband has definitely been in trouble in the past with other women. You know, we kind of remember the story about him and one of her workers, and how, you know, the power of Wendy Williams kind of just smashed that girl, and, you know, like nothing ever happened. We don't even hear about that story no more. But I do remember that the husband, you know, got some shit with him. So, and I guess Evelyn took the time to point it out. I don't even know if Wendy responded to that or not. But she don't really need to, because the shit, that's all that needed to be said. Good for Evelyn, because, you know, there's a time and a place for everything. And that was not the time. Definitely not the place. What do you guys think? Alright, so let's talk about Kim Ye's Vogue cover. They finally got the Vogue cover. I don't know why people were so upset about it. We have been going on and on with the thought that Anna Wintour could not stand Kim Kardashian and that she would never get the cover. We were all proved wrong when Kim and Kanye, you know, ended up on this latest issue of Vogue. Now, you know, everybody's saying, well, she didn't get the cover by herself, but she's still on the fucking cover, okay? Anna Wintour went on to basically say that these two people are the most, you know, polarizing and most attractive and, you know, most, you know, they get everybody's fucking blood boiling, basically, either in a good or a bad way. And Anna Wintour felt like she needed to capitalize on that. You guys have to remember that the magazine industry is a dying industry. People do not buy magazines anymore. Of course, Vogue has a lot of its, you know, all these magazines have their diehards. I mean, my dad still gets Jet in the mail, okay, and Ebony. Like, I couldn't tell you when the last time I read or even wanted to look at a Jet or an Ebony magazine. And I'm sorry, I know we ain't, you know, supporting the black folks and everything, but Essence is all that I can do. But I just got a new subscription thing, because I get Essence in the mail now. However, I got that Essence subscription for free when I ordered some shoes from Just Fab. Okay, so it's about to run out, and now they're sending the thing to if I want to renew. And how about the renewal is something like 87 cents an issue or something. It's just like, lets you know that nobody is buying magazines anymore. Vogue, of course, is a business. We got to think about what's going to make people look at us again. And you know, people are curious. So Vogue put these people who have 20 and 30 million followers on Twitter and Instagram, and whereas Vogue only has maybe 6 million followers. I mean, you know, we just got to look at this shit from a business standpoint. Anna Wintour was like, look, I got a damn business I got to protect, okay? Whatever's going to make people buy it, basically. Now, is that selling out? I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think that's selling out? Do you think that she wasn't true to her brand? Definitely Kim or Kanye are not models. They're not designers. You know, They don't represent the beauty that we always, in our mind, put with Vogue. Just the fact that they're just the it people right now, and, you know, some would say for bad reasons. You know, I don't know why everybody else so worried about it. I thought the spread was beautiful. They're a beautiful couple. They have a beautiful baby. The clothes were beautiful. The angles and the shots and the colors, and I mean, just everything was just beautiful. You have to admit it, whether or not you like Kim Kardashian, although I know that most of you guys who hate Kim Kardashian will never admit that. Y'all tell me what you think about the Vogue cover, but let me just get over why I got Tamar wrapped up in this whole fiasco? So Tamar on Instagram on Monday, she posts a picture. There's a really popular picture going around of Kim, Kanye, and Baby North, where Kim is laid back like this, and Kanye is laying in her lap. Well, his head is in her lap, and he's stretched out on whatever they're sitting on, looks like a couch or whatever, and they got Baby North on his chest. That picture, which we've all seen, Tamar posted a picture, and it was, you know, it was still Baby North, but the head of Kanye and the head of Kim Kardashian had a cutout picture, you know, superimposed on top of, not even superimposed, but just kind of the square of both of them with these two other black people. Very clearly not Kanye and Kim. Actually, I didn't even know if they was both men or what, but, you know, I just didn't get the joke. She had so many people so riled up and involved in that shit. You know, people was trying to say if it was shade or not, if she was shading Kim and Kanye. You know, you had your diehard Tamartians that was saying, you know, she was good friends with Kim Ye and that it was just a joke. And, you know, but what the fuck was the joke is what I'm saying, okay? Fucking jokes only work when people get it, okay? When you got to sit there and explain like, no, when I said she came in the door, what I meant was, yeah, that takes the fun out of the joke. Shit ain't funny no more when you gotta explain a goddamn joke, okay? And when everybody don't get it, when it's like, I couldn't even tell who the people were, I just kept looking at it like, what the fuck is this? I mean, she didn't have a caption. Evidently, she had a caption originally that she took the caption off. You know, everybody was just commenting like whether or not she was being shady, whether or not she thought it was funny, who the fuck the people were. They went from it being Ray J to it being K Michelle's ex-boyfriend, the guy, the basketball player, and his new baby mama. That's who they're saying it was, although I still don't know that 100% for a fact. The shit was just like, what the fuck you put this up here for? Okay, and then true to form, like Tamar, she took the shit down, and that was that. See, look, let me tell you guys something about Tamar. She gonna fuck around with the right one day. She gonna get that ass whooped, y'all. And I ain't asking for it to happen. I don't know why Tamar, you know, what is her thinking? Like, what makes her think that as a celebrity herself that she should post a picture of Kim Ye and their baby and have these squares of somebody else's head on there, and you know, everybody is not gonna really understand what you're trying to say? Like, why would you even do that? Why are you even defacing their picture to begin with? I mean, we already know that it's them. You good friends with them, you know. I mean, like, I just don't really understand where she thought that whole thing was funny. Maybe somebody out there who is a diehard Tamartian, maybe you guys can explain it to me, because I didn't get it. I still don't know what she meant by it, but it kind of just dimmed the light a little bit that I have for Tamar, just a little bit more. Let's talk about your boy Columbus Short. Evidently, Mr. Short has a short fuse. He done been in some trouble, y'all, very recently. And it's funny that we didn't hear about it until this happened. So he was at an engagement party. I thought the engagement party was for him, but we found out that it was not for him. He was at an engagement party with I think his new girlfriend. I don't know if the alcohol was flowing real good or whatever, but somebody walked up to him and said some, you know, some offhanded shit about his wife, and I guess Columbus was not there for that shit that day at the bar, and they said that Columbus Short beat him up so bad that the man was almost knocked out, broke his nose, and he had to go to the hospital. I was just like, well, who knew all that about Columbus? He's so cute, and he's just so mighty looking, and he dances well, and he moves well, he's kind of sexy and everything. I was like, that Columbus is beating asses out there, y'all. Then now we starting to hear other shit about him. They say that recently we said that he broke up with his wife. Now we're finding out that he was arrested on Valentine's Day for beating her up in front of the kids. And then a couple of weeks later, he shoved her around somewhere else. All this out in California. He was arrested again. And some years ago, he was in some sort of domestic, violence shit going on. I was just like, oh, okay. He about that life, I guess. We'll see how it affects his position on Scandal. I mean, they really could get rid of Harrison. Harrison is, he can't barely get no ass on the show, and You know, he done got his ass knocked out yesterday, and I don't know if he gonna be all right. I mean, we already saw they killed off James so quick, so it ain't like it, you know, nobody should be, unless you Olivia Fitz on that show, nobody should be that safe. Nobody should feel that secure in their position. So I'm gonna need Columbus Short to get it together. Get that shit together, Columbus. You are on a successful show. Millions of people love you. Do not fuck it up beating up some women or some men out there in California. Get it together, Columbus, and I mean fast. Nick Cannon in whiteface. Have you guys seen him? How do you guys feel about it? I know that, you know, black people are offended by white people that are in blackface, so I don't know if it's smart for black people to be in whiteface. I know that the Wayans brothers did it on their movie, but you know, when you really think about it, the shit is in bad taste, okay? If the black people, this is not one of those situations where white people can do it, but black people, you know, it's not one of those situations. Just don't do the shit at all. First of all, you don't even look convincing. Black people in whiteface doesn't even look convincing. It looks stupid to me. Obviously, it's a stunt for his album that's about to come out. I guess he's got a rap album coming out. You know, Nick Cannon is just corny to me. I mean, I have respect for Nick Cannon because he's very successful and he's done a lot in his young age. However, he's very braggy to me. He doesn't have to prove anything to anybody because we already see how he has succeeded. However, he always seems to somehow bring that out and kind of talk about it. And then they had him recently on the radio. I think he was on Power 106 out in Los Angeles, and they asked him about, you know, the famous people that he slept with, and then he went on to say, what man does that? I mean, we already know that you've been with Selena Eubanks and Kim Kardashian and, you know, Christina Milian. I mean, we already knew all those people. So for him to just actually go out and say it instead of just being like, oh, you guys know my record. See, that's the thing when I say he's too braggy. He's Mariah Carey's husband, and to me, that's winning already. So you don't even have to go there. Then how does that make your wife feel? Okay, you sit up there ticking off all the people you fucked and been with and everything else. It's like, yeah, it's not a good look. Has anybody seen 2 Chainz's recent little thing he has going around called Is This Your Thought? Ladies, beware. You groupies and women who are always struggling to get backstage. 2 Chainz has started a series where he is making these groupies look really stupid, okay? Basically, he is recording women trying to get backstage. This one woman in particular is so kind of dingy and airy. She doesn't realize that she's the brunt of the joke. If she does know, she doesn't care. People are laughing at everything that she says, everything that he asked her, okay? And, you know, she can't get her names right. It's just like, yeah, ladies, I'm gonna need y'all to stop all that, okay? Quit putting yourself out there just so that you can get a piece of some celebrity man dick, okay? But the shit is funny, and it might stop a lot of women from making an ass of themselves. Remember I told you guys about Ray Rice and him knocking his girlfriend Janae out in the elevator at the, you know, Revel in New Jersey, or was it Atlantic City? Yeah, Atlantic City. They're saying that Brother Man faces 3 to 5 years for that. I guess they gonna take that shit to court. The funny thing about it is both her side and his side, their lawyers are both saying that, you know, no domestic violence happened, and I guess they're going to try to come up with she drank so much that she passed out in the elevator, even though we have pictures of him sliding her out the elevator, you know, face down on the nasty floor, and, you know, just somebody who cares about their woman like that. I just don't see them doing it that way. If she did pass out, why is she all the way down on the fucking floor? You didn't think to catch her when she was going down? Yeah, that's some bullshit, y'all know good and damn well he knocked her ass completely out, cold, clean, cold out. But it looks like they're trying to say that nothing happened, and I guess if they don't have proof of it, then maybe, because I thought they said that it happened in front of some other people, but now they're saying, you know, no, they don't have concrete proof, and maybe he might get off. I don't know. But the prosecution is still trying to press charges. They are also saying that it might be some settling. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens with Baltimore Ravens. You know, they put out a statement saying that they know that there's more to Ray Rice than just this incident. And that could be good or bad too. You know, if he did knock the bitch out, this ain't the first time that they've gotten into a fight. So, Brother Man is facing some serious time for that. Alright, y'all, lastly, this Pat Houston versus Nick Gordon. I'm almost feeling like I'm gonna have to retire the Houstons and Gordons from my top of the blogs because I'm talking about them too much. Pat Houston, which is the wife of Gary Houston, which is the auntie and the uncle of Bobby Christina Houston Gordon. She has put out a restraining order for Nick Gordon because Nick Gordon's stupid ass has been on the internet and posting guns and threatening her and all of this shit. So I guess she felt like she, you know, needed some protection, so she put in a court order and they approved it that he, you know, can't come within 200 feet of her. Now, I don't know what 200 feet is going to do to a bullet, because if your ass, you can be all the way down there. If I want to shoot your ass and I got a gun that'll reach you, then that's what's going to be. So, you know, but I guess she feels safer having that restraining order in place. But, you know, we already know, y'all, that Houston, Gordon, all that stuff. Oh, it's just such a nightmare. And then you guys saw the picture of Bobby Christina with the 2 pair of shoes on. I was just like, Lord. Oh, I feel so sorry for that child. Why do you have on 2 different pair of shoes, baby? I don't know if she did that on purpose. I mean, how you get all the way to the wherever you was going and ain't nobody looked down at your foot and been like, Bobby, girl, you got on 2 pair of shoes. You know how sometimes when you walking, I mean, I've been walking into a store and, you know, I'm not looked down and I got on a dark blue shoe and a black shoe. Okay, this right foot come up as blue. The other shoe come up as black. You know, and you looking and then you stop and you be like, oh, fuck, I got on 2 different shoes. They might be the exact same shoe, but 2 different colors. No, this is not even how it went down. These 2 completely different shoes, okay? Where one was super strappy and, you know, she had to go through quite a bit more to get that one on with the other one. Like, she didn't realize that the, you know, the process was different on each foot. Like, and if she did do it on purpose, why? How did you think that we was going to perceive that? Okay, is this something new that you trying to come up with? Everybody wearing 2 pair of shoes? No, it's not going to take off if that's what you're doing. You need to let you know that, Bobby. But I don't even think that's what she was doing. I just think that she didn't realize it. And, you know, that is the part about Miss Bobby Christina, who I just feel so sorry for. It seems like she doesn't have anybody around her to help. I almost feel like the Brown family might be better for her than the Houston family. You don't hear shit with the Brown family like you do with the Houstons. Now, it might be because people don't care, but I mean, it can't be no worse, right? Yeah, y'all, we gonna pray for little Bobby Chris, but yeah, Pat Houston say, keep that ass away from me, Nick. Alright, you guys, so I am feeling a little bit better now that I've done Top of the Block. See, that's why I said that this channel is so good for me. You guys remember that we do this every single week, so make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you come back. Until next time, Roxstars. Bye.